Hey everyone, this video is going to be on guitar posture, making sure you feel comfortable, relaxed, and balanced when you play. It's very important, and it also makes it a lot easier. My name is Manz. Welcome back to my channel. You can check out all my other videos on soloing, technique, chords, everything you need to know. So the first couple things you want to consider with posture are like the height of the guitar, in other words, the distance that the neck is from basically like your face and the rest of your body. That's very important. And also the angle of the neck, okay? So whether the neck is horizontal or a bit angled, anywhere in between there, okay? Let's talk about the height first. I am using a footstool here, which raises up my leg a little bit. Here's without the footstool. You can see that the guitar is a bit lower. When I use the footstool, it kind of brings it up a little bit like this. And I believe that's really good for your technique because it puts it in a more natural position for your arm. One good thing you can do is just come from a relaxed position and raise your arm like this, and just notice the natural motion of your arm. In other words, where does your hand naturally want to go? You want the guitar to be basically in that pathway that your arm naturally goes in. When the guitar is too low, you're more like doing this, and you kind of have to bend your wrist a little bit, which is not as good in terms of general technique. Okay, so if you don't have a footstool, you can kind of bend one ankle a little bit and place one foot on top of the other. I'll try to get a shot of what that looks like. Okay, so here's a shot of my feet showing you this technique. If you do not have a footstool, you can see I've got one foot kind of angled so that the side of my foot is facing the ground. And then you just put your other foot like it normally would be on top of that. And that raises up this leg. Now you want that to be the leg that is holding the body of the guitar, and that's going to raise the body of the guitar up towards you. Now if you don't have either of those, it's not going to be the end of the world, but it's just not quite as good posture-wise. The guitar is going to be farther away from you, and it's not going to be quite in that natural arc of where your arm wants to go. Okay, so that's my thoughts on the height. Okay, so let's talk about the angle. I've liked to have the neck angle slightly up towards my head, as opposed to being perfectly horizontal like this. It kind of serves the same purpose as the height, which is to put the neck of the guitar kind of in that natural position for your arm. So again, if my neck is like this, it's way beneath where my arm wants to go. When I slant it upwards, it's a much more natural positioning. So this is all about what is natural and comfortable for you. Everybody has different arms, length, different bodies. Of course, you're going to have to adjust all these things to your body. Now, if you want to see some other examples, you might find a guitar player who has a more similar body, more similar height to you. Check out their posture and try that posture for yourself. Okay, so I recommend that you do angle the neck upwards a little bit. It creates a really nice, comfortable angle for you to move around and navigate the neck. Another good thing to strive for is a sense of balance with the instrument. Look how my guitar kind of just hangs there. I'm not doing any extra work to keep it in playing position. If you don't have this balance, you're going to be kind of doing some extra work to keep the guitar in position. Like maybe the neck wants to dive a little bit, and if that's the case, you're going to have to be doing the work of lifting up the neck while trying to play it, which is not ideal, okay? So do your best you can to get a sense of balance with the instrument. That way, all you have to do is play and navigate the neck. Okay, now let's talk about standing posture. When you play the guitar standing up, the same factors really apply that we talked about from the seated posture. You've got the height of the guitar, the angle of the neck, and also just having a sense of balance. So as for the height, it's really important to have a good quality guitar strap. This is a nice leather strap This is made by Levi. I believe it's the same company that makes, jeans and whatnot. What I like about this strap is it's very adjustable, so that's very important for getting the right height. It also has two places where you can put the button, and that further gives you even more options to adjust the height. So the height is really, really important. I recommend you spend as much time as you need experimenting with this. It took me probably a couple years to figure out, it sounds crazy, but a couple years to figure out how I liked the height. And I do use a different height depending on the guitar that I'm playing, so that's a factor as well. Okay, so get the height comfortable. A lot of your heavy metal guys, like to be cool and put the guitar down here. You can do that if your main concern is looking cool, but it's really not good for your wrist. You got to bend your wrist a lot, and you got a risk of getting like tendonitis and stuff if you do that. So I recommend anywhere around kind of above the belt, above the waist, to even higher, okay? Anywhere kind of in this range is going to be better than like way down low. And in fact, pretty much anyone who plays the guitar on a really, really, really high level generally has it up a little bit higher. So take that for what you will. If you know any guitar players that are super killer and they play low, go ahead and put their name in the comments. Prove me wrong. I'm here for it. But until then, let's talk about the angle of the neck. Same principle. I don't like to have the neck perfectly horizontal like this. It just seems a little awkward, a little mechanical. I like to have it a little bit angled up. This might be like 30 degrees or so. It's something that you can play around with. See how easy it is for me to adjust that? I can go very high angled. This is more of like a Joe Pass, although Joe Pass was seated. So anywhere in between there is fine. I like to have it slightly angled like this. Again, it puts it in a very natural path for my arm. Look how easy that is. When I lift my hand, it goes straight to the neck, exactly where I want it to go. Very natural. Okay, then you also want to have a sense of balance. If your guitar does this, that's not going to be good. You want to kind of solve that or get a different guitar that's more balanced, because look how easy this is. I'm just like relaxed, casual, and then I can play. So that's basically it. Those are my thoughts on guitar posture. You mainly want to be concerned with the height, the angle, and a sense of balance. If you are looking for help with your guitar playing in any area, lead guitar, chords, improvisation, whatever it may be, ear training, make sure to check out the rest of my videos here on my YouTube channel. And you can also reach out to me on Instagram, or you can leave a comment in this video with the word solo if you want to chat with me about leveling up your skills on guitar. Okay, see you soon.